If you like your kebabs with zucchini, if you love squash, cucumbers, or melons, then these little beetles are a problem. Because spotted cucumber beetles attack all those plants, and they can carry a nasty kind of bacteria, says North Carolina State University ecologist Rob Dunn.
That bacteria then gets into the veins of the plant. It gets into the veins and it literally gums them up with like this sticky stuff. And that then causes the veins to clog and something very much like a heart attack for the squash plant.
The disease can devastate a field, and like many plant plagues, Dunn says it spreads more easily on modern agriculture's large-scale farms.
Now, even for pretty minor crops, we plant exactly the same variety for miles and miles. And so if you're at the edge of that, like some hungry bacteria or hungry fungus or whatever else, it's the Holy Land, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, you can eat from one end to the other.
The worst case scenario is the Irish potato famine of the 1840s. About 1 million people died when a fungus wiped out the one crop on which most of the population subsisted.
We imagine that to be some other time period. Those are different people. You know, that's the 1800s. That's not about us.
But his new book, Never Out of Season, tells the stories of Henry Ford's ravaged rubber plantations in the 1930s, the fungus that destroyed Brazil's chocolate industry in the 1980s, and more. Dunn agrees that modern agriculture is feeding more people less expensively than ever. But he says we should prepare for the inevitable next disaster.
We don't have a clue about the species that help our crops. And so if there's a fungus on which the roots of squash depends, we don't know it. If there's a parasite that attacks the beetle that carries the bacteria, probably nobody's studying it. And that's true for most of our crops.
Dunn is working to fill in some of those gaps, and farmers and gardeners can help. Go to iNaturalist.org or download the iNaturalist app and find the Great Pumpkin Project. If you see bugs on your squash, cucumber, or melon plants, take a picture.
What we hope to do is to have millions of these images from around the world so we can know which of these beetles are living in which places and eating what.
And perhaps you can help save the squash from the next plant plague. Steve Baragona, VOA News, Raleigh, North Carolina.